Hi, I'm Alex Lahey and I'm here at DIFFUS and these are my top 5 riffs. Well, I say that these are my top 5 riffs. I don't think I do have like a definitive top 5. This is just what it is today. But coming in at number 5 is My Delirium by Ladyhawke. I've been listening to this song a lot lately, kind of revisiting it. I think this particular track is like such a great mix and it's really like, it's got so much energy. And the guitar riff in it, it just sort of sounds like someone who has just been, I don't know, jamming in their bedroom and landed on this really simple but like tough riff. And I think it's one of the best of that kind of era of that indie electro kind of sound. And I love it. It's a great tune, great riff. So my top 5 riffs isn't just exclusively guitar riffs. There are a couple of piano riffs in there. And I do think that this piano riff is objectively one of the greatest riffs ever. And I'm not kidding, but it's 1,000 Miles by Vanessa Carlton. A modern classic, completely, it's so recognizable. And I was talking to a pianist friend of mine. I don't really play the piano. And I was asking her, I was like, how intuitively does that riff kind of fall under your fingers on the piano? And she said, not at all. So apparently quite hard to play as well, and not something that would come naturally to someone just like sitting down at the piano. So for that reason, props to Vanessa Carlton. And that's my number 4 on this list. Number 3 on my top 5 list of riffs is Take Me Out by Franz Ferdinand. I was listening to the Song Exploder on this song the other day and was just reminded by how good that riff is. It's also really long, which I love. And again, it's just like one that's so instantly recognizable. It's kind of, there's something a bit like janky about it. It's not like a particularly clean riff. And it's also a riff that has a bit of a relationship to the chorus as well. Like I feel like all of the vocal parts of the songs kind of use like that guitar line as a real touchstone. And so it just feels like this, like it's just omnipresent in the song. And yeah, it's just one of those riffs that makes me want to like pick up my guitar and play it too. Riff number 2, another piano riff. This is one of my favorite songs ever. It's Dancing in the Moonlight by Top Loader. Dancing in the moonlight, dancing in the moonlight. In my opinion, a bit of a forgotten classic. I don't really know what Top Loader did after that song, but like if I put out that song, I would like stop as well. But I love that riff so much. It makes me feel so warm inside, like the moment I hear it. And it's so cool that the song just sort of starts with just that line of music. And yeah, there's something so nostalgic about that song for me. It makes me think of like waking up when I was a kid and putting on, in Australia we had Video Hits, which is like the music video show in the morning on the weekends. And during that era of my life, that song was one of the hits at the time. And I love it so much. And it makes me think of, I don't know, home and family and having a good time. My number 1 riff is a bit of a funny one because the same riff happens in 2 different songs, I recently found out. And the riff is from the song Maps by the Yeah Yeah Yeahs. In the bridge, there's this awesome riff that goes da-na-na-na-na-na, da-na-na-na-na-na. And it's sort of when the song like drops in a way, like when it gets heavy, this riff comes in and it's just like a classic like Nick Zinner, like grungy riff. And I heard recently that another one of my favorite songs, Since You've Been Gone by Kelly Clarkson, also uses that riff in the bridge of that song too. And the reason why it was used was because Max Martin, who was Kelly Clarkson's collaborator on that song, he used the song Maps as like a framework for Since You've Been Gone. And his whole thing was that Maps was a song that never quite got to a 10 in terms of like energy, like it's so restrained. And he wanted to write a song that was kind of like Maps, but actually got to a 10. And you know, Since You've Been Gone, every time the chorus hits, it's like the biggest chorus you've ever heard. And there is a distinct similarity between the bridge riff in Maps by the Yeah Yeah Yeahs and the bridge riff in Since You've Been Gone. So it kind of mirrors one another. And I just love that these two songs that I adore so much from completely different musical worlds sort of share that. I can't say that's entirely true, but I did hear it. And if you actually do A/B the songs, they kind of, I don't know, the moment's there. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'm Alex Lahey here at DIFFUS, sharing my top 5 riffs, at least of today, with you. And who knows what they're going to be tomorrow, but I'd love to hear what yours are. Thanks so much for having me.